Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the maiden section of A New Nigeria, A New Africa. This series covers the raw, honest conversation about our political landscape as a continent and how we can redefine our country, Nigeria. Today, I am joined by a guest who, from a vantage observatory point, will help us unpack the hard, salient truth about our governance, accountability, and the way forward. Please welcome with me, Evangelist Dr. Iwuchukwu.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, sir. How are you today?
Good, I'm fine. How are you?
Awesome. I'm awesome. Thank you for honoring our invitation. We would want to hear your perspective on the state of our nation and the way forward as a people. To kickstart things, we look at the global stage. I'm talking about way beyond Nigeria. African Nigeria seems to, lag behind significantly in terms of development, inventions, and even the functional system. We as a people, we desire maturity, we want structural growth, and we want genuine leadership. Sir, from your experience as a businessman, evangelist, and one who has been, here for a while, what do you think is the cause of our struggle with basic political growth and the courage to build lasting institutions?
Well, everything that happens has root.
Absolutely.
So the root of our backwardness in this part of the world, Africa, Nigeria, is in threefold. We know that there is awful oppression and exploitation of Europeans that was carried out in 3 stages.
Wow.
The first stage was from 1480 AD to 1870. That was the period that the highest human trafficking known to history happened, which is generally referred to as transatlantic slave trade. So that was the beginning of the journey of this our story. By the end of almost 400 years, it's on record that over 12.5 million Africans were shipped out of the continent. Then, of course, before the end of the 19th century, 1885 to be precise, Africa was again partitioned for the European powers. And that translated to another round of exploitation of African resources and people. Of course, for another century, crescent century, the Europeans were able to continue in their exploitation spree of African continent. Then, of course, we are presently in the last stage, the 3rd stage, which is neo-colonialism.
Neo-colonialism.
That is a subtle way that Africa is also subjected to a colonialism in a style, in a way that one would say that the independence that was granted to African countries transmuted to neo-colonialism. And that is why till today we have issues and problems. In other words, the so-called independence of African nations were reprogrammed so that there will be a kind of more controlling of our
country.
Of countries across Africa.
Okay.
Yes. So permanently we are under strangulation
by the foreign powers.
So the measure of freedom granted to Africa is never enough to guarantee our emancipation any day.
Okay.
Then of course, the continent is systematically disabled. Hence, it cannot move forward.
Okay. Based on what you have said, that it's evident that that we still have external forces influencing the state of things in our nation. Many, however, argue that this is not a fact.
Okay.
That we are shifting blame of responsibility to the powers, external powers. What is your take? What is the proof that these foreign powers that we speak about and that the impact of neocolonialism can be traced in our today's affairs as a nation and as Africa, as a whole?
Well, for anything that happens, there is a root. I just was able to unveil the root.
The root causes.
The root causes of our problems. We have our own part we contributed
to play. Absolutely.
But the major matter is what I unveiled right now. Meanwhile, there is a role neocolonialism is playing till any day. And that is the fact that from that very first stage of our oppression and exploitation, slave trade was like the worst crime that had been committed against humanity. In the process of capturing Africans for sale and for exportation, so many things happened. The culture of Africa was wrecked. The social life was erased.
So basically our civilization.
Everything that has to do with value were thrown to the wind. So it was like we were brought to ground zero. And then we were pursued and hunted like animals.
Till days?
And that is the extent to which we were degraded. Then the effect of this whole thing I was mentioning trickled down.
Okay.
Remember, this process was about 400 years, 4 good centuries. Continuous process for about 400 years. You can imagine the extent
and the impact
of the impact. You can't just take it for granted or wave it by the hand. So now the trickling effect have to now continue to reflect in everyday life of Africans individually and African society, countries, nations. When the impact of the oppression was registered, it was like a generational issue. Now this is what happened. Africans were conscripted, hoodwinked into becoming agents of the European merchants to bring their fellow Africans for export. And for them to achieve that, there was a kind of psychological warfare that took place. And at the end of the day, their relationship was so bonded that the slave agents become partners in crime with the Europeans.
Till date?
Now, what happened is that it remained as it became a tradition that those agents are preferred people by the Europeans. They were like demigods to their African brethren. So they become a class, a dangerous class in the society. Now, when slave trade was stopped, then arrangement of another stage, which is colonialism, started. The same slave agents were useful instruments in the hand of the Europeans. So they were kind of brought into the arrangement of the colonization.
Okay.
And then what it means that those their dirty tricks, dirty ways of taking captives became part of their natural life. So the social value of Africa as a continent had already gone to the way. So it was now replaced by violence, by all manner of wickednesses, social vices, and queer lifestyles. That is exactly where the African lifestyles got its wound.
Terminated from.
Yes. Then it came down the generational line. Because for another century, these people, in connivance with the Europeans, dealt with Africa.
We're talking about the agents now.
The agents, our own brethren, Black Africans,
they are being used.
That they are now like privileged to be close to the masters. We are instruments of oppression against their people.
Wow.
So it became a tradition, a lifestyle. Violence, wickedness, manipulations, all manner of queer lifestyles now took over the generality of the social life of Africa. The effect is still fresh
even
today.
Now.
Now, that was why the manner of people in governance is reflecting what I have just described.
Still the agents.
Because that is like
agents principle.
A heritage, vantage position, elite position, privileged position. So it will transfer from generation to generation. And now it is what we are suffering today, life. That the worst characters in the society are the people that are in the corridors of power.
So basically what you're saying is that they determine who come into power, allegedly,
yes,
because they want to still have control.
By reason of this tradition established.
But the reason why they infiltrated Africa was because of our resources, both human and capital resources.
That's right.
So from what I'm hearing from you, the reason why this is still happening is because they still want control. And they can only influence control when they have their agents in power, allegedly.
That's what happened.
Wow. Okay, so this is what I personally think, right? When we speak about the Nigerian situation, we have a clear divide. Those who consistently speak for the betterment of the nation and those who speak about the nation like a finished product. That is, oh, this country cannot become better. Let's forget about it. Let's deal with what we are dealing with and accept our fate. I've come to realize that most of the people who speak in this tone possibly, and I think undoubtedly, have skeletons in their cupboard. Because if you are not doing a fraudulent kind of business, you don't have your hands in anything dirty, why would you support a government that has consistently failed its people and has failed in its primary duties of protecting the interests of its people? Why do you submit yourself to accepting that there's no way forward? Whereas even in our normal lives, we should always go for the better side. That's go for improving ourselves, both education-wise, health-wise, and otherwise. So why can't we fight for a better nation? So my theory is that anyone who has accepted that this country cannot move forward, it's primarily because they have personal interests in governance or they are part of the problem.
Yes.
So what is your take on this?
This is a very deep challenge. It's a very deep challenge because, like I said, it is as a result of the work done on Africans. So, by reason of such establishment, this is like now a tradition. So, generally, it is not that humans are not comfortable with change. Every human being is not comfortable with change.
With change, yeah.
So when change is like coming, a lot of people are uncomfortable. Especially in a situation where it is like, this is what has been obtainable. for centuries.
For years.
So why not accept it?
So it's a new normal.
So the truth remains that there must be a change. And then people will be against and for at the same time. But the truth remains that there is always the best time for everything to happen. We'll come to a point where that change must come to be.
So do you agree with me that anyone who is fighting against this change are either agents to the foreign powers, personal beneficiaries of the current government, or they have skeletons in their wardrobe and they do not want a better government to arise because then they will also be caught up?
Yeah, there is a lot of things involved. Psychologically, people are under siege. Then, of course, there are three factors that play out seriously. And that is where our case is like having a lot of, issues. The politicians, those that are in the political class, have known that they can manage and control their interests through certain means. So they employ certain tactics, strategy to achieve so. So one is that the politicians, our elites, the ruling class, knows that with religion, ethnicity, religion, ethnicity, and of course, we talk of when you are poor.
Poverty.
When poverty is a very serious case. And when somebody is living below the poverty line, the person has lost it.
Lost interest in
everything about life. Yes. He might actually be in need, but he wouldn't know how to go about it.
Absolutely.
Has no courage, no boldness. So open to inducement. So that's the point. So no one can question, no one can reason. That is poverty. The religion, when it has to do with African mentality, religion. Naturally it is like Africans are so religious. But I'm thinking it is negatively.
Absolutely.
And because of that, only sentiments is enough to sway the people's decision. Just employ some religious sentiments. Then you got it. Then, of course, ethnicism. They also kind of explore ethnicism as a means of dividing the people.
I agree.
So there's no way there could be consensus, understanding, or cordial relationship among the citizenry. So by that, the electorate are cheap. They are manipulated, they are maneuvered. And that is why nothing is changing. And that is why everything is like dead.
Yeah. Thank you so much. So I just don't want us to focus on diagnosing problems. I feel like what we need as a people is a way forward. So what practical and non-negotiable steps must Nigeria and Africa take to finally wake up and, fight for a better nation and for us to translate from where we are to where we need to be, especially in the global stage?
Yes. We know that every challenge must have a solution. There's nothing impossible. As long as there is somebody there that will have the courage. Talk about the blueprint for the future, the solution. We'll look at three factors. The first is reinventing. Yes. Reinventing Africa, reinventing Nigeria. The European powers having assaulted us for over 600 years, from slavery to colonialism, now presently neo-colonialism. Africa must be reinvented. So that is why it is very important that they have to agree among themselves and take responsibilities. Meanwhile, the entire African continent, the AU, are on the matter now. And for the first time, there is a very serious consensus and resolute decision concerning it. Because what is happening generally among the citizenry of Africa is also reflecting in governments of Africa. So in order to make sure they carry Africans along and give them their future, they are now seriously discussing this matter. And there's no way European powers or Western powers can get out of it. It is better they face it once and for all. Then secondly, this will now naturally translate to end of neo-colonialism. But neo-colonialism is a fact that is a kind of continuation of colonialism. The subtle continuations of colonialism. So immediately they are in now to relieve Africa, to do restitution and preparations. Neo-colonialism went. Well, that action will make the past to never be forwarded. So that will take care of end to neo-colonialism. Then, of course, we talk about mentality reset. Because of the process Africans have gone for centuries, all the culture, value, social life, everything that has to do with justice was sacrificed a lot of oppression and honor of treatment of the Europeans. Now, it is like we're going to reset our mentality to reflect the true life of Africa. Africans are very peaceful people, very cordial people, because we live in communities and we relate in that manner. So when we get back to this, everything will be fine.
In place, yeah.
So that mentality reset is supposed to be a serious process pursued both by government policies and programs. Then, of course, we are going to also look at adhering to secular status of a country like Nigeria. In the constitution, there's a provision that Nigeria is a secular society.
Okay.
But based on the fact that everything is not in order, the people take it for granted and they go about doing some things to negate the provision of the constitution, and they get away with it. Officially, we're not supposed to be highlighting anything that will bring about announce our difference. We will have a lot of differences as a country. So we have to now be sure that we adhere to the provision of the constitution as per religion. Okay. So there's no way a belief system or faith should be seen to be a kind of privileged and placed above
other religions,
other faith and belief systems. So that is very important. Then was the culture of accountability. Accountability is the major bedrock for success, for development in governance. If there is no accountability, governance is in ground zero. So we have to now kind of reawaken the culture of accountability and imbibe it. We have to actually incorporate it as part of our lifestyle. So that at the end of the day, everything that has to do with the welfare and the development and the good of the people will be the major focus of governance. With this, I'm sure that Nigeria will find its footing again. And Africa as a whole will be totally restructured, totally revived, and restored to its lost glory. Of course, we know that civilization started in Africa. And that is where the truth lies. Now, once a time, very long time ago, Africa was envied. We can go back to that same position and status.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. So it's clear as day to anyone who wants to know. I'm proud of Nigeria for one thing, because we have always been the frontliners. We have always taken steps to ensure that even our brothers, our sister countries are covered, and of course have the giant of Africa stand in the gap for them. Although the giant is currently sleeping, we have some of us waking up to the current reality of things. So what we're saying in essence is a new Nigeria is possible, and when a new Nigeria awakens, a new Africa is sure. Let us break free from everything holding us back. Thank you so much for joining us on this Namibian edition. We hope to see you again. Thank you, Evangelist Dr. Iwuchukwu Ezenwafo.
Thank you.
Really
very
appreciate
much.
you for being here. Thank you for being a mentor, a source of guidance, and also helping me to understand the world from a point of view of both the physical, the spiritual, and so on. I appreciate you, and we are honored to have you here. Until next time, guys, see you. I remain Chidera-Cherish and call your Iwuchukwu Esquire. Bye.